we do have a special guest presenter. I'd like to welcome you to Magnus from Green and Growing. In years gone by, he was up here presenting Beijing 8. So he's well versed in the format. So I'll hand over to you. Thank you.
Well, thanks for sticking around, guys. I realize that I'm the only thing between you and lunch. I'll try to be swift, but I do have a story to tell, and I'm excited to share it with you. So I'm from a company called Green and Growing, a company founded 2 years ago by myself, and I'll tell you a little bit about the story behind that. Similar to what Mika said, I'm also a father of 4, not a single one. I'm married since 30 years back. But during those 30 years, together with my wife, I realized that we have created quite a mess on this planet. So I woke up turning 50 with a sense of urgency of doing something different to contribute to a better tomorrow and a better future that we also heard Philip talked about. So Green and Growing is all about reinventing the local ecosystem of the future. My belief is that all business is local. Having worked for global brands in my entire life, this is the conclusion that I've come to after 50 years. I do business with people I trust. I do business with people I know, and I do business with people that I would like to partner with. That's the offset to Green and Growing. And this journey started, as I mentioned, as an idea 3 years ago, and operationally since 2 years back. So, what has happened since those 2 years of launching the brand? We have 6 farms. I'll tell you a little bit about what we're actually doing. And we're present in Stockholm, in Umeå, in Visby, and since Friday in Sollentuna. We do run individual farms in which we grow lettuce, kales, herbs, edible flowers, microgreens, which we sell to local retailers, directly to consumers, as well as to restaurants, both conventional restaurants, casual restaurants, and also Michelin star restaurants. So this is where it started. I'm a beekeeper. When I turned 50, my friends or ex-friends thought that I also should keep hens behind our house in Täby, which I did for about 4 months before the fox took both of them. But during the process, I realized that I've known the price of everything but the value of nothing over the course of my lifetime. In the area where we live, the average family spends more time on traveling than on food. This is not a sustainable way to spend our money. And what I realized was that I wasn't the only one having this idea. So when we started to look at, so how can we do this? This is the format that we created. An individually run farm of 30 square meters or a 40-foot container in which we produce 2.5 metric tons of vegetables every year. 30 square meters, and different to what we've heard from some of the guys up here before, we're not looking for a AAA high street location. We're looking for a loading dock because that's where our units can be placed. Individually, without any necessary groundwork, plug in, fill the water tank, and then we go. In Sollentuna, the farm landed 3 o'clock on Friday afternoon. Yesterday, we put the first plugs in the wall, and we'll have the first harvest done by midsummer. So that's how quickly the deployment goes for these units. Now, this is the slide that comes up on all big corporate slides, somewhere between 2 or 3, talking about the commitment to the ESGs. I won't bore you with that because this is something that you do on a daily basis. What we do is provide a solution where you can manifest your real commitment to this. In the center of this is really having a consumer being responsible for how they spend their money. We're all part of that. We all want to make smart choices when we stand by the retail shelf picking the best product. But our biggest competitor is really the conventional products that some of the big stores and big chains are supplying to you and to me. So how are we faring then? Well, we have grown from 0 customers to 560 customers, including 40 ICA and Coop stores in Sweden. And we also sell directly to consumers where our farms are located. We can see that the repurchase intent of our product is very high. People want to spend their money buying better products because it's all about quality. The consumer trends when it comes to this is one thing. But what we understand is that it doesn't matter how committed you are to making a better choice if the product is not on the shelf. So our focus and our target is really getting the retailers engaged in the investment and in the continued development of this local ecosystem of the future. ICA store of, as you know, of 4 different categories within that, the supermarket, the Quantum, and the Maxi. We're serving all 4 different store types. But for an average Quantum boutique for ICA, they could be self-sufficient having 1 farm on their loading dock. So similar to them having the freshly baked baguettes coming out of their ovens, they can have their own farm sitting on their loading dock, supplying them with the needs that their customers have for lettuce, herbs, kales, and other specialty products. So last year was the first year of operation with 1 farm in Täby that has now grown to 6 farms. The 7th farm is going to land in the beginning of June together with KTH, the Royal School of Technology here in Stockholm, up on their campus. And there's 5 more farms being built as I stand here on this stage that we will deploy together with responsible real estate companies here in Sweden, as well as retailers. So the idea for us is really to build the local ecosystem of the future. And our contribution is making sure that we have hyper-locally sourced vegetables year-round, independent of the external environment and where they're placed. So, if you want to know more, which I hope that you want to, please make sure to scan this code for our website. And if you want to connect to learn more and to talk about how we can partner together on this, you scan the code there on the right and you come to my LinkedIn page. I'll stick around for lunch if there's any questions or anybody that would like to talk to me. Thank you so much, Simon, for getting the opportunity to come here.
My pleasure, mate.
Thank you.
And, on a personal note, you're more than welcome to Vallentuna.
Thank you.
Love to see
Thank
you there. Great. Well, I'd just like to wrap up with a bit of house admin. Number 1, do not stress. We shall distribute all of the presentations in an email following the successful day. 2, we have an amazing talk at 1 o'clock here from the dynamic duo from Sunday Studios. We'll be talking about a really exciting transformational project of arguably one of the globe's most well-known retail destinations, Oxford Street. They're working on a project to reignite this place over a 3-year period. And on that journey now, they've already got some amazing insights to share, which obviously are on a larger scale extremely apt and valid, but also even on a local scale, even at a communal level. There's some really amazing insights the team have garnered. And at 3 o'clock, we're hoping to give the competitive advantage the digital landscape has with AI to the physical store. So we have the team from Epicenter Store and a really exciting panel talking about the future of physical retail being empowered by all of the attributes and skills and raw data that AI can provide to make sure that we are developing the right sort of destinations, right size fit, and really creating inspiring and engaging places for consumers to buy, shop, resell, retrade, etc. So that's going to be a super exciting talk. I could really talk to you and continue to talk, but please go and get some lunch, rehydrate, and have a good rest of day. Okay? Thanks a lot.